Hello all, one and all. It's Thursday, 21st of September. I've been working all morning on honing 3 razors. So I'm going to test them now. First of all, let's put a decent pre-shave on just for a moment while I natter on and bore you to tears. That's a bit of a test today. There's 4 days growth of stubble, which is the most I'll normally go to. That is a lot of stubble. Anyway, I'm going against the rules. I'm not going to go for a giant razor. I'm not even going to go for a great big quarter or half hollow, which is normally what I'd use for heavy stubble. No, as I've just honed up 3 razors, we're going to use them. So they're all medium to small. A little bit interesting, a little bit of an epiphany moment for me, which I'm going to show you. What I did was I managed to get this little beauty off eBay. Now I've just restored it, only came yesterday. It's a Puma number 22, but it's really early. It's got the lead wedge. It's a golden green horn scales, which were delaminating. So I said on a post yesterday on the UK straight razor site that I'd explain. Yeah, it had that horrible silvery delamination where you couldn't see through the horn anymore. And all you need to do is use super glue, because super glue loves getting deep into things. It's very, 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 very good at penetrating. And of course, it actually managed to cover all of the delamination on these rather splendid horn scales. Did a lot of other work as well. One of the other little tips, if anybody's interested, the moth had got at it and had eaten bits of the horn. So again, if you put super glue with a filler, bicarbonate of soda is one, there's many of others. I would prefer if you can sand down a piece of horn and just use that to sprinkle into the hole and then add the super glue. File it down, buff it up. The blade, let's go back to the blade. The blade only had a small nick in the middle. I've put that on a diamond plate to bring the nick out. I've then gone through a slightly less, this is what I'm about to say, this has been on a less progression. So it started off on a diamond plate, then to get rid of the worst scratches, 1K, then 3K, 5K, 8K, and only 10K. I've found an interesting revelation here. These old blades, these really old blades, they don't need quite as much honing and they don't need quite as fine a finisher. This was busting hair, absolutely arm, leg, wherever else you want it. This was doing HHT actually off the stone and not off the well, to be honest, I gave it a little bit of a touch on my strops, but very, very little. Same with the others. So I honestly found, I don't know if this is purely anecdotal, but there's my Kaneyama, and it hardly needed any. The others needed more. So there's a variance in steel quality, there's a variance in steel hardness. But I was absolutely astonished, really was, that I could actually get away with it. And I did, I got away with it. So all 3 razors today are only taken to 10K. Let's have a look at them. Here's the other little monster. This is a Puma 1938 model 5/8, and it came from a gentleman who, wisely or unwisely, he'd lost or stripped the rubber gaiter. Now, being a cunning bastard, I can actually make rubber gaiters. You can get a moldable rubber now from Amazon, and you can actually mold it to the shape. If you don't, the tang on the model 1938 is hideously ugly, and it's got cuts in it to hold the rubber gaiter, and very, very ugly. So these make no money at all without the gaiters because they're not complete items. When they're complete like this one, very, very sweet little razor. This was the only one which actually was HHTing straight away without hardly any effort. So I'm looking forward to using this one. What I'm not looking forward to is this 4 days growth of stubble to be cut. The only other one, which again, I was very, very honoured to get, is this beautiful little Dorko. Now this Dorko is a Dorko Premier. And it's a Dorko Premier Model 60. It's got all its gold panel on it, all the rest. Had no damage to the blade at all. This one, again, actually didn't HHT or come up quite as well as the Pumas, but we shall see. Right, I'll shut up and get on. Let's go one more time. We do the Jacques trick. So yeah, rubber gaiters can be made. It ain't easy, but it depends how much you love your razors. I may not bother getting any more Pumas with missing gaiters. It's really is a labour of love. You're not talking about a little bit of work, you're talking about a couple of hours intensive work. And then you've got to wait for the rubber to set, and it can take up to 48 hours. So it's only just set on this one. Let's go to my favourite brush, Big Yucky. Right, that was it, chaps. All I can say is all morning honing razors this morning, so I really do want to have a test because I'm out of food and I want to go to the shops. There we go. Very reliable. I'm using the Cella, and when in doubt, Cella is a very kind. So whether or not it helps to cut through all this stubble, I have no idea. I should be using a backup giant razor really, but I can't be asked. So, ladies and gentlemen, forgive my brutal language. I'm going to enjoy this because this is the first time I've honed 3 razors to only 10k. Modern steel, very high grade modern steels, Max Sprecher stuff, and of course the wonderful South African steels. I think they do require probably a slightly more refined edge, but the old steels, really, really good. Let's start off with the oldest. Let's start off with this Puma 22, with the lead wedge and the now repaired scales. Let's see how we do with that. Listen to that cut. Yeah. No dragging. Yeah. And that's only on a 10k. I'm now going to try, because otherwise I'll be stuck doing this only with this lovely razor. Put him down. Let's try the other Puma. This is the little 5/8 model 1938. At the moment, Jacques has one in for honing, and I think he's going to have to strip off the rubber and then you're stuffed because it's very difficult to make them. Let's have a go. Yep. Feels good. This is a slightly smaller blade. I'm not using just the weight of the razor because it wouldn't work. I think I'm having to put a little bit of pressure. Good edge. Yeah, I better leave a little bit for the other razor, otherwise it's not a test, is it? So, unfortunately, that first pass has wiped away an awful lot of stubble. So we've got one more razor to test. And this is rather beautiful. It's very light, it's very small. It's a Dorko, it's a 5/8 Dorko. This is the Dorko Premier. I'm going to put a tiny bit more lather on, just a bit. And we'll continue the first pass, so it's fair. I have a little bit of stubble here and there. Let's try this one. Oh, nice. It's better. We have a winner. Oh, this little Dorko, blimey. What a little belter. So reputation does count. Dorko have always had a very high reputation. I've got a big Dorko, which you've seen. It's a 7/8. But this is good. Now I'm going to go, this is a real test. Against the grain. Under the chin. Yeah, it's good. Very, very, very nice little razor. I'm very pleased with that. So I'm amazed the fact that these slightly older razors do so well on only a 10k edge. Let's try the equally small. Is the little 5/8 with the rubber gaiter, the little Puma Model 38. Not bad. Not bad at all. I got a hell of a lot under my nose. Now it's dragging. Heavy stubble under nose, not very good. Let's go back to the very old Puma. This is an old belter. Let's see how that copes. I don't know how old it is, but when you see a long blade and a lead wedge, it's usually pretty old. Puma actually date back a hell of a long way as a company, but the making razors, they're a little bit of a mystery. Lattajung and so on or whatever, they were like 1920 something, but I got a suspicion this is a lot older. Slightly bigger blade, far more control. Yeah, not bad. I wouldn't say brilliant. There's a little bit of hair here I'm annoyed with. Should have got that on a first pass. Yeah, I'd be happy to shave with that again and again. However, I think we have a winner. And that is this rather superior, very small, very nice little Dorko. Yeah, no dragging. That's the test. Which of course the name of my channel. Martin Shave Tests. Not definitive, purely subjective. But you know, subjective, objective, bloody works, this does. Rather amusing that they're all on 10K. Nanohone 10K, American. Very, very, very nice stone. It's the one with the steel or aluminium alloy backing, which gives it rigidity. It needs it. It's a bloody thin stone, and they're not cheap. So I don't know how well nanohone are rated. Doing an shack stick. Look, hydrate your lava. Stick some water in. I'm going to try and keep this one reasonably short because I don't want to bore people to death. But I thought you might be interested that older razors seem to be a slightly different grade of steel. One company varies to another, but to get away with, as I have, a 10K edge, I'm impressed. Yes, lovely. So, I don't want to cause a rush, but Dorko do make very good razors. Yeah, that's across the moustache. Very, very good. I don't want to get too much controversy going here, chaps, but I'm not a great stretcher. I just don't see the point. I'm sure others, quite rightly, are going to argue and say, oh, no, you've got to stretch. Well, I don't. Very little stretching. And I usually get a BBS shave out of it. So, opinions vary. Tests vary. Camera angles vary. I keep messing about. I'm very sorry if this isn't looking very good. I'll get it right eventually, I promise you. Does that alter the validity of the tests? The camera angle? No, it doesn't. My tests are about steel. That's all they're about. Not lather, not aroma, just steel. And that is absolutely spot on. It's one of the best shaves I've had in weeks and weeks and weeks. The little second-hand old Dorko. Just goes to show. Reputation counts. Right, chaps, I'm going to call that a day. I'm now fit to be seen in public. Instead of looking like some ridiculous hairy footballer. Yeah, look, I'm a footballer. I've got a little man beard. Yeah, whatever. For those who are new to this channel and are wondering what the hell I'm rabbiting on about, all I'm trying to do is to get back to skills. All sorts of manly skills. And that goes for all sexes as well. Lady skills, man skills, it doesn't matter which. If you're not up to doing your own honing, there are plenty of master honers out there. What I would say is it's worth it to learn. You don't need a huge number of stones. I'm cutting down on some of mine. I've got natural stones coming out my backside. It's, you know, do we need 77,000 different types of Japanese stone? No, we bloody well don't. However, this is really, really good. This is up to Philharmonica. And I only shave with big fillies. And this can take on a Philharmonica. And a lot better than a Puma. I'm beginning to think Puma are a little bit overrated. How about that? Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to do a fool's pass. There's nothing there. Or a little bit. Yeah, just a bit. Strange. I'm not happy doing a fool's pass with a little tiny blade. Doesn't need it anyway. That is baby bum smooth. Yeah. When you're searching and you can't find any stubble, even though you've had a good shave. Bit on the chin as usual. There's always little awkward areas. But what a lovely comfortable shave. I won't bore you any longer. I won't even do a full catalogue of errors that I've committed today. But what I would say is, if you get a chance, try to practice and practice and practice. Once you've got over the first hurdles with straight razors, it's all very much easier. Look at that. Who the hell want to shave with anything else? Anyway, chaps and chapesses, thanks for bearing with me. That's my little shave test done for today. Thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe and I'll do more nonsense later on. Bye for now.